to denote a phone that kept a lot of what made the Galaxy S series great but stripped down to the essentials and launched at a cheaper price. These fan editions were typically good value for money, delivering great cameras, screens, and performance. There's been a slow build in information regarding the next FE, ranging from hardware and camera specs to the launch date predictions. Here's what we've heard so far. At this point, your guess is as good as ours whether the phone will even be released. The rumor mill seems undecided on this fact, with some prolific leakers sharing specifications of the S23 FE, while others are saying there are no plans for the fan edition model this year. Several outlets ranging from Korea. If accurate, the timing would be similar to the last FE model launched, the S21 FE. Frequently, we won't know who is right and who is wrong until much later in the year, but for now, here's everything we've read about specifications. If those rumors are accurate, it would be a confusing move to delivering a new phone with a 2-year-old flagship processor. It's also been claimed that we'll see 128/256GB versions of the S23 FE, with no word on whether there will be expandable storage support. Given the S23 series features 8GB RAM, it's likely the phone will feature the same or lower. It's been suggested it might even have as little 6GB. As for the battery, it's claimed to be 4,500 mAh, just like the S23 FE, and crucially, needs more battery than the S23 regular. Although, like the S23, it's unlikely to feature super fast charging and will be limited to 25 watt, just like most of Samsung's recent phones. Not much is known about the exact makeup of the S23 FE's camera system, but it's been rumored that we'll see a 50-megapixel primary camera, just like the S23 has. This information comes from Galaxy Club's trusted sources. Nothing's been said about the other lenses, but again, we expect something very similar to what's on the S23. Very little, if anything at all, has been leaked regarding the design of the next fan edition Samsung phone. We can make a fairly accurate, educated guess as to what it will look like, although given that the FE editions typically look a lot like the S series proper. It would be very unusual if the phone launched and didn't look something like the S23, with its 3 individual camera rings on the back arranged in a neat column. If the Samsung look for 2023 and is featured across most of its phones, including the latest Galaxy A series models. As for materials, we're unsure whether Samsung would opt for plastic or glass on the FE for 2023. The Galaxy A54 switched plastic for glass, and the S23 series models all feature glass backs too, so it wouldn't be too out there to predict a glass rather than plastic back on the S23 FE, given that the A54 also features waterproofing like the S23 models.